Okay, so this is a quick demonstration of the sound coming out of the RØDE Wireless PRO mic system. Wait for the camera to focus again on me. As you see here, I'm just using it clipped onto my sweatshirt string. I'm not using the included clip-on lav mics, just to sort of demonstrate how great this is. This has, I mean, in my opinion, this has no right to sound as good as it does right now. The fact that you can just sort of, run and gun, clip this onto somebody and start going is amazing. In the past, I've been using, I've been working in freelance video for decades now. And, if you've been in the industry as long as I have, you've definitely used one of these, the Sennheiser wireless body packs. It's an industry standard. You fish the wire for a lav up to, someone's shirt lapel or whatever, suit jacket if available, and then have them hide the body pack. This is just like, ta-da, right? It does come with a lav. You can, this is kind of big, I'll be honest. If you wanted to have a more clean look where the mic is hidden, you can still do that. It does come with 2 mics in an accessory kit. But I love the fact that you don't need them because there's a built-in mic on the transmitter. Like, that's awesome. And I've been a fan of RØDE for a while. I've got their NTG mic. I've got their RØDE Video Mic Pro. I really do like their equipment. But this is my first time getting to try their wireless setup. I've seen a lot of love for the RØDE Wireless Go when it first came out, and I thought, that looks cool. I really want to try that. This is their Pro system. See, it's got the Pro in the name. And what that means, I'm not sure exactly what the differences are between them because I haven't actually used the Wireless Go. I can only tell you what I love about this one. And I'm actually, in order to do that, I'm going to disconnect it for a second. I'm going to pull this mic down and switch over to it. Okay. All right. I just turned off the RØDE on the mixer because I want to disconnect it and show you some things here. First of all, on the receiver, you see how tiny this thing is? It looks just like the transmitter. They're pretty similar, except that the receiver has a nice display that will show you. Sorry, once it focuses, it's not focusing. My camera's being stubborn. Sorry. All right, yeah. So you see, it's showing you that only one of the mics is connected right now. When I was setting this up before, I had them both out. That's why it's number 2 and not number 1. But you can have both transmitters. It comes with 2 connected to one receiver, and the receiver can be set to have pretty much any configuration that you can think of. Let's say, normally when I'm recording 2 interviewers, I want to have one on the left, one on the right, so that I can isolate them in post and mix as needed. But let's say you're doing a live stream and you want both mics to be on both channels all the time. Well, no problem. You can set this to dual mono. If you want to set to be line level out versus mic level out versus camera level out, which apparently is also a thing, it lets you set all of that on the receiver. And not only that, but the receiver also has a USB-C out with different cables to plug into a phone or a tablet or something like that. So if you're not using a traditional camera, let's say you're doing some kind of live stream, you can use these mics with your connected device, with your phone or tablet or whatever. That's incredibly powerful. The other thing that I really like about it, and this is actually a pro and a con, depending on your perspective, is that, it comes in this cool case, but the, let me put them in. The case also is the charger. So you see, these sort of work like let's make sure I put them in the right place. This is, because they only fit in. The receivers are a slightly different size than the transmitter, so you make sure you put them in the right one. There. Now they're all in the case, and they're all, see, it's got, a little charging icon there. And the case, it's sort of like AirPods. You've got the case has a charging port on the case, and you don't have to come around, like, you don't have to bring dozens of AA batteries to your job to, feed these kinds of things anymore. You can just charge it up before the job, and you're good for hours and hours of footage. I haven't actually tried to see how long they'll last, but I did use them for 3 gigs back to back, so it's probably a total of maybe 7-ish hours of use, and they didn't die. And I charged them after that, so I don't know how long they can actually go, but that's pretty awesome. On the flip side, though, one of the nice things that pros will tell you, if you've worked in a professional field, that it is always good to have real batteries as an option in case you're out in the field, you don't have a place to charge, you don't have time for downtime. You can just throw in fresh batteries and keep going, and that's something you can't really do with this. But the way I see it is, you do have 2 transmitters. You can switch between them. You put the other one on charge if you need to. I don't really know what I would do if the receiver died during a job, but it hasn't happened. So I guess that's kind of a pro and a con. For me, it's a pro because I don't think I'm ever going to run out the batteries on a job, and it's great to not have to go carrying around dozens of AA batteries and making sure I always have more before a gig. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. RØDE Wireless Pro. If you haven't tried them out yet, give it a shot. They're pretty awesome.
This is my review for the RØDE Wireless Pro microphone that I got from Amazon here in Canada. And I'm using right at the moment the microphone that's on my camera to record this, so you'll be able to hear the difference in sound as soon as I switch over. What you get comes in these 2 nice neat little cases here. And the first one here with the little button on the back that you can turn on so that you get the green light that says it's working, has inside the transmitter and 2 microphones, and they're clip-ons. Now here we go. The microphones have a space on them at the top to put a dead cat if you're out in windier conditions. They show you that they're on by doing this. Okay, and that they're going to be recording as you go to put them on. They will also record to themselves so that you don't lose any of the audio for anything that you're recording. And the transmitter bit is this one right here, and it shows you the levels of sound. You can see it moving up and down. And it's not recording yet because I haven't got it hooked up to my camera, but what I do is I'll take this transmitter just to make it so that I can see what's going on, and I hook it onto the strap of my camera so that I can read it. Okay, so that's how that part works. And then in the other kit comes accessories like mad, which I love. This is the power cable to power up everything the first time that you get it. And then you get other cables, including the microphone cable, which I'll use to go from the camera over, and other power cables to go different ways depending on what kind of a hookup you need. This is an A to C, the other one's an A to A. You get magnets, 2 of these, and 2 metal hooks that you put on the back here, so that if you don't want to hook this onto a piece of clothing, you can put the magnet up behind it and just let it sit against you, and that way it'll hold the magnet on just fine. And then underneath here there are cases. There's 2 lav mics, windscreens, which I'm sorry, I'm not showing this very well. Screens. Big dead cats. Let me put some of that. Big dead cat. And little dead cat for the laughs. So all in all, not a bad kit. Okay, so now I've switched over and I'm using the RØDE mic. You can see it here. Okay, and you can see that it's on and everything's going on. I can see on the adapter that I can see where my voice is going, the range that my voice is going in, and how well it's working out. One of the things that I really like about these is that it was just plug play. It was easy to use, simple. You just put in the connecting cord and turn it on, and it went. And it works on this camera, which is a Canon. It works on my Panasonic video recorder. It works on my laptop, and it works on. I have a tiny GoPro like camera, and it works on that one as well. So it was really, really easy to use, which is good for me. It's also, they come with instructions on what to do, and you can find them online as well. Just basics on how to hook it up, and it was on the box and things like that. And it was easy for somebody with disabled hands to be able to put together as well. On small things, which I don't know if you can see that hole in there. There we go, maybe. Okay, but that's small for me to try and maneuver, and it does really well. One of the things I'm most pleased with, though, is this sound, because as somebody who is working to get a YouTube channel up and running, sound is a very big part of that, and I'm really happy with these. They were worth every bit of the investment that was put into them. So, yeah, I think they're 100% a great buy. Thanks.
This is what we have here, and also has a 2 magnet part. These are very strong magnet part for attaching, and there's a USB-C. Good point is USB-C charging, and this part is very how can I say, very nice. I just want to turn it off, and okay, let's turn it off and put here for charging. Again, this device, turn off and put it here for again charging, and the same for this one. Put it, turn off and put it to charging. Quality is very nice, definitely it's worse. You can close it, and here you have a USB-C charging with the plug-in. These are the cover of the microphone, and this is you can attach for this stuff, and it's a box. And here's USB-C charger, and it's a light USB. They did pretty very well job. I love it. Yes, these are they have. I will upload or share my experience after the working with my friends to record some video, but totally quality in the first test, it's very nice, and record very nice. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Así suena el RØDE Wireless Pro, y sí, este video lo grabé con él. Desde que abres la caja se siente todo muy bien presentado. Vienen 2 micrófonos y el receptor, todo súper compacto. Después, en la otra cajita están los accesorios, los cables, adaptadores y los imanes para sujetarlos. Me gusta que todo viene protegido de su propio empaque, lo que lo hace muy útil si necesitas transportarlo. Los micrófonos se sienten firmes y con un buen acabado, y esto es todo lo que trae. Literalmente no necesitas nada más.